If it's meant for me, I will have it. If it isn't, I will receive something even better. So when things don't go as expected, remember, you're exactly where you need to be.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm so happy that you're here. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 30 goals and intentions that you can set for the new year. I did a video just like this last year, and honestly, looking back on it, I've actually checked off so many things on that list. And I love setting goals and intentions because it helps you to identify with what truly matters, and it creates a clear vision for the year ahead. It also helps to guide your choices and actions, and it helps you to avoid distractions and stay aligned with your values. It also creates a sense of direction and purpose that empowers you to create your own reality. And like I said, last year I've done this and I felt like if it worked so much in my personal life. So I'm so excited to share with you 30 ideas. And of course, if you need more inspo, you can go ahead and check out last year's video. I'm going to go ahead and follow the same layout that I did last year since I think it was so helpful. And that was basically separating my intentions and my goals into 7 different categories that I'm going to go ahead and go through. And I feel like if this helps you to kind of simplify and see clearly the direction that you want to take and the goals that you want to have and the intentions that you're setting, instead of seeing it all as a jumbled list, which can make you feel very overwhelmed and uninspired. So the categories will be personal development, health and fitness, career, financial, social and relationship, travel and adventure, and last up, hobbies and creativity. So let's start off with the first one, which is personal development. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that I have on my list, and feel free to take inspo as well. First up is to read 40 books this year. So at the beginning of this year, I set a humble goal, and you would see that in the video if you go ahead and watch it, of reading 10 books. You guys, I surpassed that to almost 30 books, which was insane. So that's why I set a much higher goal for books, because I really think that I can accomplish it. So we have 40 books this year that I want to go ahead and read. Next up, I want to record and document my wins every single month. If you ask me what happened in January this year, I have honestly no idea. Like even last month, I have no idea what happened. And I feel like if that is so sad, honestly. And instead, what I want to do is every time something amazing happens or something really good or something exciting happens in my life, I want to make sure I document it on my notes app, in my journal, wherever. For instance, if you traveled somewhere new, you can write that down. If you got something or celebrated something, you could write that down. If there was such a pinnacle to your day, you can write that down. So at the end of the year, when someone asks you what happened in January, what did you do, you don't have to be like, I really have no idea. You'll have it documented, all of the good things that has happened to you. So you'll be able to have something to focus on, look back on, and reflect when things aren't always going the best, because of course this is life, so not every day is going to be amazing. So having these good things that are happening to you and having these peaks will help you be grateful and actually see and remember how many amazing things are happening in your life. Next up, I want to do a 10-minute tidy and really stick to it daily. I feel like if I've been doing it recently because I've been putting on YouTube videos and I've been playing it in the background as I just pick up my apartment, and this is something that I think will help to keep my overall space looking amazing. Because honestly, from what I've experienced throughout the week, if you get really busy and you neglect picking up after yourself and your space, and well, for me, I have my cats, things are going to pile up, and then it's going to be one huge mess and burden that you're going to feel so overwhelmed with. So to avoid all of that, I'm going to be setting my timer for 10 minutes, popping on a YouTube video and tidying up my space. I want to also take a public speaking course. This year I spoke a lot in public at different events, and I feel like if sometimes I tend to freeze up, but I know that I want to continue public speaking and speaking to a crowd, and even at work when I have workshops and stuff like that, I want to always be articulate. I want to always be connecting with my audience and my viewers, and I think that taking a public speaking course or just doing something online where I can practice my public speaking skills will be such an asset to me. I'm literally always speaking, so it's just about perfecting it and being able to answer questions like on a whim instead of having to like think about it or freeze up. Next up, I want to celebrate people more in my life, and this has a lot to do with my best friend Nadia. She literally shows me how much she celebrates all the little amazing things that happens, and those are things that I just did not grow up doing. Like I did not celebrate all of my wins. I did not really take it on, honestly. And having her in my life and seeing how much she celebrates people it makes me feel inspired to do the same. So for instance, if someone's birthday is coming up, I want to really be thoughtful and give them a really nice birthday gift. If my brother does really well in school, I want to make sure and take him out. I want to always be there to celebrate those moments because I have taken it for granted so much in the past, and I really don't want to be like that anymore. I want to celebrate my friends and my family and the important people in my life. Next up, I want to limit my screen time. I feel like if my screen time is just going up and up and up on Instagram, and I don't want to continue like that, and like they say, the first step is being aware of it. When I check my screen time and I always see it being so high, it's just like mind-blowing to me that I'm spending so much time doom scrolling on my phone, and that is something that I really do want to change and be mindful of. And something that is going to help me is, of course, reinforcing my screen time limits. You can go into your screen time and limit the apps that you're doom scrolling on. For me, that is Instagram. That's my guilty scrolling. So I definitely want to limit that and really be a little bit more firm about not scrolling, especially early in the morning as soon as I wake up and right before I sleep. Something else that I wanted to add to this that I did not have last year was volunteering for a cause that you believe in. And for me, I am obsessed with my cats. You guys know this, and I do have spay and neuter programs at my store. I host them, and that is something that is really important to me, as well as educating people on the importance of spaying and neutering cats. And this is just so important for me ever since I've gotten cats and become educated about it. So this is something that I definitely want to follow up on, as well as maybe something where I can use my platform to help and volunteer my services when it comes to these amazing animals, because I love my girls so much. Like, I'm obsessed with them, and I really want people to become a little bit more educated on cats and how you can help them. Next up, I really want to have a fixed morning and night routine. I want to have a list of things that I do every morning. So for instance, right now my morning routine is waking up, I shower, brush my teeth, I will have some lemon water, and ideally I would like to journal or read some pages from an inspirational book. And then at night, on evenings, basically when I come home, I want to change into my workout clothes, get a workout in, have a really nice evening shower, as well as have my dinner, and then unwind in a way that is not scrolling. Honestly, I really want to create like my ideal steps for my morning and evening night routine that I can actually live through and follow. And it's all about taking that time to focus on you, the first thing as well as the last thing for the day. And last up in this category is what I like to call my high maintenance beauty routine. And there are two things, and that is continuing my laser hair removal, as well as finishing up the last few steps of getting rid of this tattoo. And I call it high maintenance because these things are a little bit more costly, but in the long run, it's going to make you feel beautiful, strong, confident, and it's going to make you feel like your best self. So some other things that you might have in your high maintenance routine is having massages every few months, or getting a blowout, or things like that. Obviously, your list will look different to mine. So onto health and fitness intentions. The first one is to do some sort of fitness challenge, and I'm honestly thinking about 75 soft. 75 hard just will not work in my lifestyle. I really cannot see myself working out twice every day. I mean, if I really did put my mind to it, but we start off baby steps at a time. I'm definitely aiming to start a 30-day fitness wellness challenge and then move my way up to 75 soft challenge. If you've never tried a challenge before, I definitely think you should, because for me, I thrive on it because I have something to look forward to every day. I have something to check off my list every day, and I'm not like wondering what I have to do. And all of these, again, are contributing to your own well-being and your mental health, your physical health, and the best version of yourself. So I'm definitely looking forward and excited to doing some sort of fitness challenge in the new year. Next up, I want to start getting my vitamins in check. So I went out recently with my friend. He pulls out this vitamin case, and I actually have a really cute one, and I never used it until I saw him pull it out, and I've had it for months now, and I literally started putting my vitamins in it. I only have 2 vitamins so far, but I really do want to get more into taking my vitamins and following a consistent routine. So I'm definitely going to be educating myself on that, and then filling up my vitamin pill case so that every single day I'm able to take my vitamins, because of course it is only, like I said a million times in this video, it is only going to be for my best self. And honestly, I feel in my life this is something that is hugely lacking and something that I absolutely don't do, and I want to change that. Next up, I want to make sure I make daily walking a part of my everyday routine. I've started it this year and I kind of fell off of it, but definitely want to be more consistent with that, as well as do 2 to 3 5K races. And I've actually done 2 this year that I'm so proud of myself for, because it's something that I never thought I would ever do. And after I've done it and I got my cute medal, I feel really, really proud of myself. So it's definitely something that I don't want to just pass over. I want to continue continue doing it in the new year. And obviously taking those daily walks will help so much with that. And eventually I do want to get a treadmill in my space so that I can focus on my walks, especially if I don't have time to like drive to a park and walk. I can just do it right here. So at least there will be no excuse for me not walking every day and getting in my 7 to 10K steps. And last up in this category is something that I always have in, and that is regular dentist and doctor checkups, doing all your major blood panel tests, pap smears, and all those things. I know it's not the most fun thing to ever consider doing, but it definitely is really important for your health, and we don't want to be neglecting that at all. For my career, I'll just share a few of them because I do have some personal goals. First up is to have more in-person workshops at my store. I host a lot of fun live events like book swaps, thrift shopping, and so much more. But I really want to continue doing that and hosting painting classes and ceramic classes and just different hobbies, because I'm such in my hobby era, and I think that everybody should definitely get a hobby for the new year because it is so much fun and it takes your mind off of the seriousness, mundane activities of day-to-day life. Next up, as much as I do love having other people facilitate my workshops, I definitely want to do a few of them myself, especially when it comes to maybe scrapbooking, having a dream board or creating your dream board or your vision board, whichever one you call it, as well as maybe something with creating stationery. So those are things that I definitely am looking forward to doing next year and planning for it, because I've always loved the idea of having my own live events where people can come and learn new skills and just have a really nice time, whether it's for their solo date or coming with friends or family. You guys are gonna laugh at this one, but I'm thinking about starting back my dating podcast. I had it a while ago and I've stopped dating since then, but I think that next year, and I will mention this later on, I do want to start back dating, and a lot of people have been asking for my dating story, so I think I might start it back. I'm not really sure, but I did put it on my list because it is something that I truly did enjoy doing. So yeah, that is something that I still have to think about. And last step is to be more consistent on my YouTube channel, which I think I've done a really great job at this year, but on Instagram I'm definitely not consistent at all. So it's something that I have on my list career-wise that I would like to do. On to financial goals. The first up is to do a savings challenge. So I do have a little binder and it's $1,000 saving challenge, and I want to do one of those every few months. So you have 25 sleeves and you put in $40 in each sleeve to make up your 1,000. It's not hard. You literally have any change that you have and you put it inside of your binder, and that is it. You just accumulate all of your change. Instead of putting it all over, you put it in your sleeves, and then at the end of a few weeks or months, you have $1,000. And I love using this for the things that I want instead of my needs. For instance, maybe I want to buy some new books, maybe I want to get a massage, or just really indulge in something that is a want. I've been thriving and loving doing this, so it's something that I want to continue in the new year because it's just a fun and easy way to save money. Next up, I want to make sure I'm putting aside money to save for my travel plans. When I made this video last year, I had not traveled in years, and this year I went to literally 3 new countries and I traveled so much more than I did, and I honestly feel if I did not have that on my intentions, I probably would never have gotten it done. And travel came up in the most random things. I had no plans to go to New York for the fall, and yet I ended up in New York for fall, which is my favorite time. So I definitely plan on just putting aside money for travel, because honestly you never know when you might get the opportunity to do it. So I love just putting aside money for that. And next up, I want to be really serious about creating a budget where I have a list of things that I buy on a reoccurring basis every month: lashes, my nails, my bills, my groceries, stuff like that. And I want to really enforce sticking to that budget as opposed to randomly spending money on things and not really knowing where my money is going or tracking my expenses properly. So this is something that I really want to do for myself, and I'm gonna take some time, sit down and write down a list of things that I'm doing every single month, allocate money to that, allocate money to my savings, so I'm accountable for where my money is going. Next up, on relationship and social intentions, I did touch on this, and that is starting back dating. I have closed myself off completely from dating earlier this year. I have not gone on a single date. I did not talk to any guys or anything like that. And I feel like if next year I want to put myself out there and go on a few dates here and there. So one of the things that I want to do is maybe join a dating app. I know what you're thinking, but honestly, I don't really go out that much to like meet people in real life, but I do want to try dating apps properly this time. I was just so turned off by it, but this time I want to actually do a paid paid subscription and try that out and see, because I've done a lot of reading and most of the times people say that in the paid versions of these dating apps, people tend to be more serious and not on games, because honestly, these subscriptions are very pricey. So only someone who is serious, I feel like, will be paying for it. It's a big step for me, but I will be putting myself out there for sure and seeing how that goes. So I'm excited, nervous, all of those things. And hence the reason I might stop at my dating podcast to just chit chat about this wild life about dating. Because let me just say, you guys, it is rough out here. It is rough. I don't know. With that being said, my next intention is to actually go on at least 5 in-person dates. I just don't want to be living on a dating app and talking to somebody I've never met. I want to actually go on 5 dates. That is what I'm telling myself, 5 dates. Maybe for a really nice dinner or going on a little adventure or something like that. I definitely want that to be an intention that I have, because I'm the type of person who actually just won't want to go anywhere or do anything or follow up on it. So that is something that I want to be aware of and make sure that my dates make it out of the app and into real life. And last up, this was something that was on my list last year as well. And I feel like if I really want to try harder next year to actually host my friends over, I've actually moved into my new space. So I think that's why I didn't really go through with anything this year, because I was busy moving and this is a new space. So that's why I really did not have the chance to host my friends over, but it is something that I have all full intention of doing next year. Maybe doing a fun little paint night or games night. So now that I'm a lot more settled in here and all the major things have been done, I'm definitely going to be committing to that intention. For my travel and adventure goals, I would like to visit 5 new countries this year. And like I did earlier this year, I had no idea that I was going to visit new countries or new places and new states, and I did it. So I'm going to set that goal of 5 new countries as one of my intentions and really continue traveling, even if it means solo traveling, which I did a lot of this year. So I mean, I'm getting braver and braver with it and going on my solo trips and adventures. So I do want to continue that. I'm not gonna be waiting for anybody to do it with me. And speaking about a solo trip, I do want to go on a solo all-inclusive trip. If you don't know what an all-inclusive is, a lot of resorts you can book maybe through a travel agency, especially. You can get a flight, accommodations, as well as all of your meals for a fixed price, and you just go on your trip, you go to your hotel, you know where you're going, and then you can eat at the hotel whatever you want, morning, evening, night. There are tons of restaurants where you can eat from. So I really want to do that. I got the gist of it from doing my cruise earlier this year. If you have not seen that video, I will go ahead and link it in. And having specifically going to an all-inclusive hotel is something that I really want to do. And I feel like if an all-inclusive as a solo traveler, as a solo girl especially, is a lot more easier. You don't have a lot of guesswork. You don't have to worry about where you're gonna eat. And then you can also book tours from your hotel when you get there. It's definitely something that I feel is a lot easier than booking a whole trip and you have to worry about every single aspect of it. And last up in hobbies and creativity, first up on my list is to give my bedroom a refresh. I have plain walls in my bedroom. That is the one area that I did not do the most amount of decor or anything in there, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I'm definitely going to be pulling out Pinterest and going through ideas of what I would like, so I can finally make my bedroom the sanctuary that it deserves to be, because right now it's just plain white, neutral, everything. There's no art or anything in my room. So that is something that I want to definitely consider in the new year. I also really want to take a candle making class. I've always loved candles, and even though I can probably watch a few YouTube videos, I really do want to take a paid course where I go in person and interact with everything and see how it's done from a professional. I know that it will be a lot more pricey to do a course like that, but I feel like if I'll be able to ask questions, but mark my words, you guys, you will be seeing me going to a candle making course or even showing my candles at some point in time. Hold me accountable to that. Actually, hold me accountable to my entire list so far. Next up, I want to continue scrapbooking my travels. I started doing it this year and it was so much fun. I would collect little things like ticket stubs and napkins that had really nice words on it, maybe wrappers and stuff like that, and take some time, put on a YouTube video or watch something on Netflix and scrapbook. If you've watched some of my videos, you would have seen me scrapbooking, and it's something that I truly do enjoy. And I think that everyone should scrapbook their travels, because it's always one thing to go through it on your phone, but to see all of your memorabilia tangible that you could hold is something truly different. So I want to continue doing that and actually making time for it, because I've had trips that I did not scrapbook as yet, and I really would like to just follow up on that because it makes me really happy, and I love having a book of all of my adventures and my travels. And last up, I want to do more cooking classes. So I went to a kimchi making class, which I've spoken about like a million times on repeat right now. Doing it was such a fun experience, and it made me realize I want to look for more opportunities like these where I can learn new things in person and really have that hands-on experience, because as somebody who always lives in an online world from social media and YouTube and even my business, having those in-person connections is something that is very rare for me, but it's not something that I want to continue being limited by, if that makes sense. And the cooking class that I went to, I went with Nadia. It was really fun getting out of our messages and doing something in real life and having fun and connecting. And I really do want to go ahead and look for more cooking classes in my area, and going to short cooking classes and not having it be long and drawn out or really pricey is something that I'm looking forward to keep doing in the new year. So that is the end of my intentions and goals for the new year. Comment down below and let me know what are some things that are on your list. If you need more inspo, don't forget to check out my video from last year, which was basically the things that I've accomplished this year, and you would probably see some of them happening on my channel as well, like some of my intentions coming to life and being brought into reality. So that makes me so excited to think about the possibilities that I'm going to be creating for myself next year and making those things happen and giving myself a sense of purpose and direction. I have tons of other new year type of videos, including my winter arc and things that you need to do before the new year that you can go ahead and check out. Thumbs this video up if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more content like this, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.